I used to work the night shift at a 24-hour convenience store in a small, quiet town. It was the kind of place where the streets were empty after dark, and the store's flickering neon sign was often the only light for miles. I didn't mind working late. There was something peaceful about the stillness of the night. At least, that's how I felt until things started happening. One night, I was out front, restocking shelves and taking care of customers, while my coworker was in the back preparing food. Everything was quiet, and I was going through the usual motions of the night shift, making sure all the write-offs were logged. That's when the door alarm chimed, signaling someone had entered. I spun around, ready to greet them, but instead of a customer, I saw a black blur rush through the door and dart down the nearest aisle. At first, I thought it was someone in a hurry. Maybe they desperately needed the restroom or had forgotten something. But after a few moments, I noticed something odd. No one ever passed by any of the aisles leading to the restroom. I decided to do a quick walk around the store to make sure everything was in order and, more importantly, to check that no one was trying to steal anything. But when I searched every aisle, I found nothing. The store was empty. Whoever, or whatever, I saw had simply vanished. About 5 minutes later, a woman walked into the store. She wasn't there to shop. Instead, she wandered down every aisle, her eyes searching for something or someone. Finally, she called out a single name, Wesley. She said it softly, almost reverently, and then left without another word. I stood there, confused, watching her walk away. The name echoed in my mind for the rest of the night. After that strange night, things returned to normal. For a while at least. The store seemed to settle back into its usual rhythm, the quiet hum of late shifts with little to disturb the peace. The only vaguely odd thing that happened was a loud banging that came through the wall in the kitchen one day. I chalked it up to customers in the bathroom on the other side of the wall. It wouldn't have been the first time people had caused chaos in there. From rowdy teens to people high out of their minds, the bathroom had seen its fair share of strange activity. But deep down, I couldn't quite shake the feeling that there was more to it. Then came the night of January 20th, a night I won't forget. I was standing near the front window, finishing my shift paperwork, when something strange happened. The gas till lit up, indicating that someone at Pump 1 had pressed the request help button. I looked out the window, expecting to see a customer, but the lot was empty. The pump stood silent and deserted, the only vehicles in sight belonging to nearby workers pulling their own night shifts. I reset the pump, but I couldn't shake the unease that crept over me. Later that same night, I went to use the employee restroom in the back of the store. It was small, tucked away behind the storage room, and completely off-limits to customers. As I sat there, I heard the door handle jiggle. My heart jumped. I called out, "Hello," but no one responded. When I finished and returned to the front, I asked my coworker if she tried to open the door. She looked at me, confused. "I never left," she said, motioning to the tray of cookies she'd been boxing the entire time. The building felt heavier after that, as though the air itself carried a weight I couldn't explain. The name, Wesley, still lingered in my thoughts, along with the memory of that black blur. Maybe it was nothing, a coincidence, my imagination, the tricks of a tired mind. But the more I think about it, the more I wonder, what if I wasn't imagining things? What if something, or someone, was trying to make its presence known? And what if it wasn't done yet?